Entire team pick.
Hello, hello, and welcome again to Game 2 between GOTEM City and Rasarit De Soare. Still need to figure out how to say that. Joining me, I'm Penguin, your main caster. Joining me, we have Evan, coming out as my co-caster. How you doing, Evan?
I'm good. How are you?
Well, after watching that first game, it was pretty one-sided, but hopefully Rasarit will be able to turn it around. Joining us as well for his competitive insight, we have Bafik from Team Executors. How you doing, Bafik?
I'm really good, and I'm really excited to see what that team can really bring in the second game. Can they really man up and show that they can do something?
Indeed. Going right into our draft, we have Darkseer, Nature's Prophet, Batrider, and Io the Wisp being banned out. Batrider and Io both banned out in the last game in the first phase. Batrider with his very dominant play as a solo mid, Wisp as his support play. With his relocate ability, able to bounce around the map, taking out heroes left and right as willy-nilly as he wants to. On the other side, we have Nature's Prophet being banned by Rasarit, used very well, by GOTEM City in the last game with his Shadow Blade and Darkseer. It's been a rough day. And Darkseer being banned out as well. Again, his team fight and ultimate use of control in team fights, proving once again that he's been viable since pretty much the release of Dota 2 and is being banned out once again. Going into the picks, we have Gyrocopter and Rubik. Gyrocopter, very standard right now, carry in the scene between his Flak Cannon, Rocket Barrage, and Call Down abilities, able to deal lots of damage in team fights and solo. Rubik, very good support. Banned out last game actually, but we will see his play this game, able to use the Telekinesis to really hold up offensive tri-lanes, as Rubik is mainly used in defensive tri-lanes, and the Fade Bolt able to bounce around. Of course, the ever-viable Spell Steal that can come out from Rubik, also making him infinitely viable. On the other side, we have Magnus, very potent solo mid hero with his reverse polarity, able to lock in multiple enemy units and heroes during team fights. It is important to note he did get nerfed in patch 6.78, and that reverse polarity now deals less damage. Jakiro, the support, coming out as a second pick by Rasarit. Very good support with the Ice Path, very easy to synergize with it as well. Coming out, we have more bans: Queen of Pain, Lina, Leshrac, and Bane. A lot of bans actually coming out from GOTEM City that they played in the Leshrac and Bane, whereas conversely, Queen of Pain was used by GOTEM City, being banned out. Actually, 4 of the 5 heroes that GOTEM City used have been banned. And Lone Druid coming out as their third pick.
Lone Druid actually got nerfed as well. The armlet not working, as well as some other nerfs to him. So I'm interested to see this play. He hasn't been picked up as much recently in the pro games, so I want to see how this works out.
Yeah, the biggest nerf coming with the armlet properly draining life, as it should have done the entire time. Now it does correctly. In addition, Lone Druid is worth 300 gold. Or Lone Druid. Well, Lone Druid's worth a bit of gold when you kill him, but his bear is worth 300 gold as well.
Yeah.
And Puck coming out, Puck being banned in the last game. Very versatile solo mid or offlaner with his illusory orb, able to jaunt to the orb wherever it is in flight, as long as Puck is not silenced. More importantly, his Dream Coil ultimate ability, allowing a interrupt to channeling abilities, and being used as a bonus damage if the tether to the Dream Coil is broken. But most importantly, Puck has a silence, which scales very well at max level, sits at 3 seconds. Very potent with the Magnus as well. You have the Puck holding everybody in place, so the Magnus can run in reverse polarity, or vice versa. Very potent team fight. And the Treant Protector coming out from GOTEM City.
Treant Protector, huge pickup. I really like Treant Protector in pro games. He makes for a little bit of a hard time for the other team with the living armor, and I really like the living armor on being able to be used on the towers. I think he's a really viable pickup, and I'm interested to see how it's going to work out for them. I don't think that he's a very viable teamfight hero, however, because he does not scale very well in the late game. However, he is very good in the early game, and he's going to help with the lane, and I want to see how that works out.
What do you think about Treant, Bafik? I'm sure you've been playing Dota for quite a long time. In the past, like, Ice Fraud really couldn't find a place for Treant. His Leech Seed was too strong, his Overgrowth was too strong, then they nerfed the Leech Seed, then they changed his, they changed Living Armor. What do you think of Treant Protector in the scene right now?
The only thing I can, say about Treant Protector is, The hero is really annoying. When you're trying to kill someone on the beginning of the early game, on mid game, and you're like running, okay guys, let's kill someone, you're running, trying to kill him, giving stuns, giving a lot of damage, and suddenly he gives you such a nature's grow, if I remember, and it's like you cannot kill anyone, and then you cry, because you cannot do anything to that. That's how this hero working. He really can help his team a lot. He can destroy the lane phase for enemies without any problems, without doing anything, just getting living armor on someone and stuff.
A very good hero in the Treant Protector. We see a Windrunner picked up by Rasarit, and our quick bans coming out. Void, very good ban by Gotham City. You have the team fight from the Puck, Jakiro, and Magnus already. What else could make it a nightmare other than a faceless
Solo mid Bloodseeker.
Yeah, and we also have a Bloodseeker coming out for Gotham City. I like the Bloodseeker pickup. I don't believe that the Magnus will be able to harass him out of the lane. In addition, a Silencer ban coming out from Rasarit. It makes sense considering the amount of spells that Rasarit has at their disposal. A Silencer would very easily throw a wrench into all of those plans. As you go ahead.
Oh, I was just going to say, Rasarit definitely has huge teamfight capability. I mean, everything that they've picked up so far is oriented towards a wombo combo, as you call it. Being able to right away go in from Jakiro's Ice Path to use Magnus's Reverse Polarity straight into Puck blinking in, able to use Dream Coil as well as the Silence. Windrunner being able to use her Power Shot and her Shackles, and then Viper coming in to clean it up with all the damage that he does. Very good team fight. I see them running this more of a 5-man than they did last game, so I want to see how they play that.
To be honest, I haven't seen very many Viper pickups. I really like Viper as a hero. I'm surprised he's not picked up more. Granted, he doesn't have any escape abilities, so kind of limiting his ability as well, in terms of being a carry. I'm gonna run.
Did you watch DreamHack? Did you watch DreamHack?
Yeah, he was actually picked up in DreamHack. I did see
and
that.
Did you see what he's doing to Gyrocopter actually?
No, I didn't catch that part. I didn't see that he was picked up.
Yeah, he just it was in a Quantic game when Goblock picked him up, and he just went for instant Aghanim. And after that, he using it, and it goes through the BKB, and Gyrocopter cannot even do a single attack.
That's a very interesting. I mean, for starters, I've always respected Goblock as a captain. I feel like he was definitely what Quantic needed in a captain. Real quick, we're going to cover the Radiant side. We got Chicken MC playing this Bloodseeker in the middle lane. Lone Druid being sent into the solo off lane with Orbit on him. He's scouting out with his bear. In our defensive tri-lane, we have Lopert on the Rubik, Kore on the Gyrocopter, and finishing it up on the Treant Protector, we have the Chef Dota.
And on the Dire side, we're going to see Kozo Der Karakal. I don't know how to say that either. On the Windrunner, we're going to see Alex for him. On the Jakiro, Xup. On the Viper, we're going to see 810 on the Magnus, and OCB on the Puck. Puck solo off-laning, Magnus going mid normally, and I think this is going to be an offensive tri-lane out of Team Rasarit, with the Jakiro lined up and the Windrunner being able to use her Power Shot and Viper being able to clean it up.
Well, something important to note for all you viewers, if the short lane, in this situation we have the short lane on the Radiant side is the bottom lane, and the short lane on the Dire side is the top lane, and the reason that it's called the short lane is, as you can see, the tower is substantially closer. We're going to see a little bit of action on the bottom lane with a cloaked Rubik with the Invis rune. Some auto attacks throwing out, and he's getting body blocked like a boss by this Rubik. The Illusory Orb's going to get thrown in, he's going to get picked up, so he's not... Oh, and he barely gets the Ethereal Jaunt off. Wow. Very nice work by Lopert, using the Invis rune to body block. As I was saying, before that action came out, we see a little bit of harass going on in the middle lane. The short lane is also known as your defensive lane, and as a result we see matching defensive tri-lanes coming out from both teams. The solo Puck, Bafik, what do you think about the solo Puck? I mean, last time we saw the Clockwork coming out and pretty much getting handily shut down. Do you think the same thing's going to happen with this Puck?
Yeah, that's exactly the same thing. And Puck is the real hero that can bring a lot in the team fights and stuff. You're just wasting him to putting on the tri-lane. He cannot get farm there. He can probably get some levels, some couple of levels, but he will lose a lot than he getting these levels, and he's not getting any monies, and he really needs that dagger probably to make a big impact into the game. So it's really a waste for myself if you're putting Puck on off lane against tri lane. If it's one-on-one, it's fine, but other ways you should use it on middle for sure.
I really like how they're using the living armor on the bear, by the way. Bear being able to actually, he went up and took some of the creeps and pulled them around the jungle and kind of used that to be a little offensive on the tower. The tower already taking a little bit of damage. He's able to get a lot more last hits doing that. He's able to stay a little bit safer, and he's not going to have as much threat from the defensive tri-lane here. So that's a huge thing.
Indeed, we have a quick bottle coming out from the Magnus. He is 8-0, but this Bloodseeker really giving him some trouble. He did go Poor Man's Shield, POS, very early, and also has his bottle up already. Bloodseeker does, however, have infinitely more sustain than the Magnus does, and you can see that he's now 10-5, giving himself a little bit of a level advantage, about almost a full level actually at this point, while Magnus was off getting the regeneration rune. And as you mentioned, the Lone Druid, yeah, the living armor being used on Lone Druid's bear. Lone Druid definitely being used in this offlane as a viable candidate, considering that there is not as much pulling going on. It looks like only a single stack was pulled. Now Windrunner, Kozo is investigating this Lone Druid, and he's trying to line up a shackle. Unfortunately, he's not going to be able to get anywhere close to it. We're going to see it. Oh, he canceled the ice path. If he would have let it go, possibly could have hit up. And we've got animations coming out, but all this bear is doing is whacking on Alex for him as a stand-in on Rasarit's side. I definitely feel like had they gone for it in that situation, they may have been able to trim something out of it. And right now we see the living armor coming out on the Bloodseeker, sitting at level 5 with Magnus at level 4. He does have the regen rune still bottled, so he'll be able to go up to full life and mana, prolonging his stay in this lane, and there he's going to pop it.
And that's why I really like Trim Protector as he's played in the early game, being able to use that living armor, being able to pretty much just counter any initiation that the enemy team has. They really can't do anything against anybody in the early game that has a living armor up, and so it's pretty huge for their team. And seeing it with their hero lineup a little bit, they've got a little bit more towards the late game, more towards the mid to the late game, rather GOTEM has their mid game. Since the GOTEM has their mid game, late game team, and Viper being a late game carry, not really. If they can push this towards the mid game and actually get a little bit aggressive, then they can pretty much guarantee a win.
Oh, big shackle coming out. Action going on the bear. They're probably going to be able to take it out, collecting that 300 bonus gold, and there it goes. It's going to be picked up by the Jakiro. Unfortunately, the Viper throwing out his auto attacks, trying to secure the last hit. At least they got it. That's going to be some wards. We already have an up chick. But very, very good pickup by Rasarit, considering that now the bear is still on cooldown, so he's orbit on the Lone Druid is forced up, and we have a shackle. Beautiful shackle coming out. We're going to see an ice path come out, and it's going to be the first blood for the Viper on the Lone Druid. Very good play by Kozo on the Windrunner, securing that shackle shot.
Living armor was down. Living armor went up on the Trent so that he could farm a little bit, and so that left an opportunity for them to be a little bit aggressive there, and they didn't. And the Lone Druid got killed because of it. If they knew they were going to be a little bit aggressive, saving that living armor for the Lone Druid would have been effective. But
and in the middle lane, we actually missed the Magnus going down. Rupture was used, and it is important to note that Rupture will be applied to a skewering target. The skewer distance does still deal the damage, and Bloodseeker just really able to man up with the use of Blood Rage, giving himself 30% bonus damage. And since he doesn't need to cast any more spells, he can just silence himself and not even worry about it. Doing very well in this middle lane as actually GOTEM. Chicken MC was our Nature's Prophet last game. I'm trying to remember who was in the middle. It was Orbit on the Queen of Pain in the last game. So we have a little bit of rotation, and we might see some rune fighting going on here. Probably going to get picked up. Yeah, there's your skewer coming out. Haste rune picked up by 810 on the Magnus, and Chicken MC is just going to provide some harassment, maybe force him to pop off that haste rune, but it looks like he has the movement speed on him.
Yep.
Rotating around, we see the Puck. He's getting some he's getting his gold accrued per minute. He already has his regular booties, sitting on 450 more gold. We have phase boots coming out for both the Viper and the Gyrocopter. And our supports doing pretty much supporty things, doing a lot of pulling, doing a lot of stacking. It looks like the creep lane has been frozen by GOTEM, allowing Corey to continually farm. I'm kind of surprised that Rubik, Loper on the Rubik, isn't zoning out OCB on the puck. And here we see the Treant Protector coming down, and actually we have a Windrunner rotation coming in from Kazo. Just dropping a ward down. We have the Chef Dota, making sure that they can see any and all rotations in. They can see the Windrunner, they know she's coming. And actually we have Magnus coming down. He does have the Haste Rune active. Who is their middle on Bloodseeker? Chicken MC pinging him, showing that Magnus is coming, and he's actually rotating down now himself. He does have Rupture up, and uh-oh, he's going to find him. Boom, Rupture being cast on the Magnus. Reverse Polarity being used as well. We see the Illusory Orb coming in, and there you go, skewering away, dealing a lot of damage. However, a Shackle Shot coming out from the Windrunner. Telekinesis being dropped on the Windrunner as well. The puck being dropped on the Windrunner, preventing her from throwing out the Shackle Shot and killing Gyrocopter. Trying to juke around, I don't know from what. We see the cooldown coming out. Bloodseeker not really caring if you're trying to juke since he's melee. Still silence on the puck, preventing him from Illusory Orbing, and there's your phase shift. We have a big dive coming out from Chicken MC. Living Armor coming out, and we're going to get a double kill on Chicken MC with his Bloodseeker, giving him some very good early game presence. He's sitting at 1,300 gold, 1,400 gold, almost 1,500 gold. Very good rotation out. Bafik, this Bloodseeker.
Yes, that's what I actually...
Give me something.
Yeah, that's what I actually tried to mention. If you put... when I was watching about how they pick and how they drop, I saw the Magnus and then I saw Puck. And I would like, if they run Magnus middle, it's definitely the lose for Magnus, because as you mentioned, the Rapture goes through the skewer, so if I'm level 6 on Bloodseeker, I can just use ulti on you, you cannot survive if you're like half HP and stuff. I can just hit you, or if you try to skewer away, you're just dying.
Got a little, hold on, I'm gonna cut you up. Got a little bit of action going on right here. We have a bottle DT on. Oh boy, and there's another Rupture coming out.
Yep,
freeze in place. The Windrunner, one auto attack coming out, dodging the Ice Path, making sure he can move in place for Alex for him. Fade Bolt coming out, and we got a double kill coming out with Corey cleaning up the puck earlier and further down in the lane. Go ahead, Bafik. I'm sorry.
And also, I can try to understand this pick. They picked up the Nature's Prophet, and when you're playing on Bloodseeker, even top and stuff, you can just think about it. You cannot dive towers and stuff. Actually, wait, top lane.
No, top lane. We saw a little bit of engagement.
Nothing happens. When you're picking Bloodseeker, even in purple game, you cannot dive because they can easily kill you. Even you're trying to dive, you see someone on low HP and you want to dive him, but you're really squishy. And there is your Nature's, Treant Protector coming. There's how this impact for Bloodseeker goes. He can dive towers now with that kind of armor and stuff. He can do whatever. That's like great pickup for Bloodseeker, this Nature Prophet. And I think that was really planned.
Yeah. No, very good drafting coming out. You saw the Bloodseeker coming in as the 5th pick. So Chicken MC did have a plan for him, and as you can see, he's being executed fantastically. In the top lane, we did see some action. I was catching it. We had some skill entangles coming out from this lone druid, who is level 8, even though he was dealt with a defensive tri-lane. Not enough pulling going on. Puck going down in the middle lane. I missed it. Looks like Rupture may have been cast. Rupture was cast on the puck.
Rupture was cast, and then right away she got telekinesis up into the air, shot back down, right away got killed by the double damage from Blood Rage on Bloodseeker.
Lots of damage coming out. We see an Ice Path hitting this lone druid. Looks like they are going to try and siege this up. Dual Breath coming out, slowing down the bear. Some shockwaves coming out as well. Not a whole lot going on in this middle lane. The counter push for Resort is very good between Dual Breath, Shockwave, and Power Shot. And oh boy, we have a Shadow Blade coming out on our Bloodseeker, making him much more dangerous in my opinion. I honestly haven't seen a whole lot of Bloodseeker, so I have no idea what is standard or what you would normally build Bafik. Perhaps you can help me.
Probably first stuff is actually durable, but Shadow Blade is more like carry-orientated build. For mid lane, it's also possible to go for that first stuff. It's actually good to pick up, but Shadow Blade is a good stuff to go in right now, because they are really ahead and they should get more damage and more stuff like Shadow Blade to initiate. So I think it's really good pickup. It's nothing standard, but standard is actually first stuff for me.
Gotcha. Okay, and that
We
makes
see a
sense.
rotation to the top, Shadow Blade going up on the Bloodseeker. He looks like he's going to come for this Viper right here. Yep, right away he's going to use the Rupture. Viper's going to go ahead and use his Viper Strike, but it's not going to do very much. It's going to pull him back, and he's going to get killed. Lone Druid not picking it up. Bloodseeker getting the pick up. Lone Druid not getting off any of his, not getting off any Entangling Claws, but still being able to pick up the kill.
Oh, and
We
there
see
we go.
rotation, Entangling Claws on the Windrunner. Windrunner not being able to get away. Looks like we're going to get just enough damage. Bloodseeker's going to come up one hit and kill him. Looks like he's going to skewer under the tower. Reverse polarity, it's not going to be able to do very much. We're going to see another rotation coming top.
Yeah, Viper TPing right back in. Unfortunately, this Magnus is not going to be able to do anything with the addition of the Rubik. And now Viper's TP'd in, and he's pretty much caught himself shit out of luck. We got the Ice Bath coming in. Big 3-man stun. Well, 2-man in the Bear stun, throwing out a dual breath. But, wow, 12 minutes, and your GG is called.
GG already being called. 12 minutes, that's crazy. I mean, just good play by GOTEM. They had really, I mean, this is what they're really good at being able to have those 5-man TPs as ganks, being able to counter-initiate anything that they're trying to put up against them, being able to initiate on their own. Bloodseeker peeking up that Shadow Blade being huge, Rupture right into the Viper, Viper being their late game carry, and since he can't get very much farm, not do very much right now, he's just a useless hero at this point. And since they just took him down, there's twice in a row, buyback gone, there's really not much they can do, so.
Yeah, another very one-sided affair. Looking at the kills real quick, we have a 6-0 and 5 Bloodseeker coupling with 3-0 and 3, 3-0 and 2 Rubik and Gyrocopter respectively. Looks like there may be a bit of a dive. Alex for him, throwing out a well done. Thank yous, well played. Very good games coming out, very good drafts. I'm very impressed with Chicken MC's drafting process coming out.
The Dire might want to lie in their top tower.
Bafik, what do you think? Being outdrafted?
Yes, they probably played really smart. First of all, they knew what they want to do. They knew what they want to bring into the game. They draft wasn't blind. They was really know what they want to do, what they want to bring, and it's really great play. Nothing to stop them. Like that team didn't show anything to stop them. They really played smart. They really played better, and big plays. Really one-sided game.
Well, there you have it. 2-0 going to GOTEM City. Very dominant play. Bloodseeker pick coming out, proving just how potent he is with the patch coming out. We got. Now it's time for all of our shout-outs. For starters, big thank you to Sad Onion, Steamage, and F777. There are links on the Twitch page. If you want to look and listen to their music, please feel free. They would appreciate it and love you for it. They are allowing us to use all of their music, and it is awesome. In addition, big thank you to Bafik. If you want to follow him on Twitter, I believe it is @Bafik. Is that correct?
Yes. Yeah.
Then you can follow him and his endeavors in the Star Ladder Executors. Very good team to watch. You can learn a lot from watching them. We thank you for your competitive insight. In addition, if you would like to follow us on Twitter, you can follow us @CrossPointDota. In addition, if you want to follow me, I'm @PenguinDota with an underscore in between Penguin and Dota. Evan, do you have a Twitter or no? I'm not sure.
I do not actually have a Twitter.
Alrighty. Continuing on, make sure you visit.
What?
Well, there you go.
What? What?
See, we have the ones coming out. People are confused. If you want to follow us on our website, make sure you do, crosspointdota.com. We have up-to-date, hopefully up-to-date standings. We probably have to go through it with this recent victory. We also have the rules, teams participating, and other good tidbits of information there. And finally, if you want to watch the VODs, or if you want to watch any of our replays, make sure you visit our YouTube channel. I believe it's youtube.com/crosspointdota as well. If not that, Crosspoint TV. Thank you again for tuning in and watching this fantastic best-of-3 series with GOTEM City taking it 2-0. I'm Penguin. Evan joins me. Bafik, thank you again, and we hope you tune in to our next cast.
Thank you.